Welcome to our lesson on decimal notation and fractions with denominators of 10 and 100. All right, let's look at relating decimals and fractions by looking at a place value chart, okay? So, in this place value chart, I know that we have 78 hundredths that's written as a decimal. Well, the place value of the last digit determines what your denominator would be if you were going to change this to a fraction. So this number goes all the way to the hundredths place. And so when I'm writing it as a fraction, I know I will have 100ths in the denominator, and then I simply write my decimal up top, the number of the decimal up top. So 78 hundredths is written as a fraction this way. However you say the decimal, however you read it, that's exactly how you write it as a fraction. All right, so let's practice with a few. We want to rewrite the following decimals as fractions. So let's just say our decimal here. We know we have 33 hundredths. We go all the way to our hundredths place. So I know my denominator is going to have a hundredths in the bottom. So then to make this 33 100ths, I just write my 33 as my numerator. Let's look at the next decimal. We have 9/10ths. So now I know my denominator is going to be a tenth, and I just write my number in the numerator. So 9/10ths is written as a fraction this way. Okay, now we can also rewrite fractions as decimals, and you just write it exactly how you would say it. So we have 23, to read this fraction, we have 23 100ths. So I know when I'm rewriting this as a decimal, I've got to go to my hundredths place, and so I just fill in 23 in my places. Let's look at the next one. We have 6/10ths. So when I write this as a decimal, I'm only going to my 10th place, and so I would just fill in with a 6. Okay, let's rewrite some more decimals as fractions. We have 5/10ths. So I'll write tenths in my denominator, and then my 5 goes in the numerator. 5/10ths. Now we have 26 100ths. Excuse me. So we'll have 100th as our denominator. So to show 26 100ths, we just write 26 in our numerator. All right, last few. Let's change these fractions to decimals. We have 49 100ths. So I know I have to go to my hundredths place. So then I fill in with my 49 hundredths. And the last one, we have 1/10th. So I'm only going to my 10th place. And I would just fill in with a 1 to show 1/10th. This concludes our lesson on decimal notation and fractions with denominators of 10 and 100.